if you were going for social housing, foreign nationals get priority in social housing. I mean, Londoners pay the highest taxes in the country, and we get the worst value because London's at breaking point. Services are collapsing, and we're asked to pay for foreigners when the people who are actually paying for the foreigners themselves can't afford to live in London. I know that's. So the way it works, I don't know if your viewers know, but you are an asylum seeker, and then when you're granted asylum, you become a refugee. And through successive governments, legislation has been passed to say that those most in need are the ones that go to the top of the list. And Tony Blair brought in legislation to say that those most in need must include refugees. And so they do go to the top of the list, sadly. And I've seen it in Westminster, you know, and they get asked, by the way, where do they want to live in London? And of course, a lot of them pick, as you say, Zone 1 and Zone 2. And what people don't realise is that when someone is granted a refugee status, they're also entitled to a family reunion, so they can bring someone with them. So it's a multiplier effect. So it's not just a one-off decision. So one successful claim can, as we've seen, let's say with the Boris wave, which was not a refugee, but several more can arrive, and they all have access to housing, and they all go to the top of the list. And British citizens are second class.
Why do we have so much social housing, particularly in very expensive parts of the country, that is going to those who were not born in this country? The proportions in London are extreme. In some boroughs, far north of 50% of social housing is going to people not born in this country. And it is in, again, the most expensive parts. I mean, are these people incapable of commuting? I mean, I have to commute. Why do these people not have to commute?
Well, I could be wrong, but they take into account if they can commute, if they can speak English. They normally invent some family ties in an area, you know, and a huge cost to councils, especially in London, is temporary housing. And temporary housing mainly goes to refugees. So what happens is they're waved through the asylum system because the governments want to virtue signal and say we're getting it through it quickly. And they're immediately placed in that same limited supply of housing that British families are waiting for.